Okay. Um. Oh, nope. Yep, that's the one. Um. Hello, everybody. Um. This stream is earlier than the last one, but a bit later than what I wanted to do for this one. Um. But either way, welcome to the stream slash playcast. Um. I am very excited to do this one. This one I planned out much more ahead of time, so I know I don't have to generate it on stream. What most of the story is going to be. Um, I have the background already planned out, and then the story will just flesh out naturally. And then I've also prepared this time a bit of small introductory stuff. So, without further ado, um, we're just gonna get into it. This will be a quick stream. This will be hopefully within 2 hours. That's what I'm aiming for. 2-3 hours, three like at the most. Definitely for this time. Um, yeah, planning all of it ahead of time definitely helped with that. Um, but yeah, let me see. Let me see. Okay, so introductions. Um, my name is Jazz Baxter, and someday I hope to be an apocalypse VTuber. As for now, I'm a cyber rat, artist, and cyberpunk and vaporwave enthusiast. I am also the solo player of the multi-genre gaming adventure BAXTERRATIC. Somewhere in the endless chaos of the fictional reality is my home, New Super York City. It's where I found myself and my best friends, but it's also where I've learned the truth about the ruling class and have sworn an iron vow to jumpstart the decline of the oppressive capitalist system and find community in a new class-free sanctuary. My roommates, Trap and Lo-Fi, conjured up Operation Blue, a scheme to create a new source of food, energy, and defense that is able to rival the power of the oppressive megacorps. While they prepare the smaller details of this giant project, it's my job to steal the ingredients from specific corporate targets and bring them over to our underground hideout in Super Brooklyn. So, with all that, that's the setting, the setup of the story so far. With all of that, previously, on the last adventure, the last playcast, the last stream, I was on the hunt for the Metal Mutant, which is the youngest of a series of psychic robot enforcers created by Onecom. Onecom's targets are the corporate targets that I need to gather the ingredients with. Those are they all pretty much work for Onecom. Every boss I'm going to have a battle with for this arc. So the all-powerful Onecom, my task was to defeat the Metal Mutant and steal his ability to control metal, aka the Metal Mutation. His last known location was a small graveyard-junkyard moon on an alternate dimension. And while going through, I noticed like a strange, corrupting technology entity that I guess was controlling all the technology on this junkyard planet. So it was all dead. It was all dead tech. It's a graveyard junkyard, dead tech everywhere. But there were these definitely organic type of sort of like viruses, sort of like a full living organism. Can't remember. I think it was like ooze or something like that. That like was the physical thing corrupting everything. But I noticed that as I was approaching the Metal Mutant, the boss, and when I reached him, it was where I saw like the corruption happen in action towards a piece of technology. I'm guessing what happened is he must have arrived pretty soon before I did. Because when I got there, he looked okay. And then when I started talking to him, he was basically like pleading or making a bargain for me to help him get the corruption stuff off of him. And so I just saw it take over his body. And so I did fight the Metal Mutant, but it was a corrupted version of the Metal Mutant that I did not expect going in. So, with that, I fought we're dubbing it the Rusted Metal Mutant, the corrupted version. And so that is, that was pretty much the crux of the adventure last time. We managed to leave with our lives, me and my utility bot, who helped with like getting the Metal Mutation. It also seems like the Metal Mutant's voice was possibly in my head. Like I got a piece of stress from hearing something psychically. And so there's some sort of piece of the Metal Mutant's consciousness that I sort of picked up with me. We're not sure what to do with that, but that'll probably be obvious later once I roll some dice, figure out what the story is from that point. That's a possible thread. But other than that, it's on to the new adventure. Coming up next is what we have is the Wood Mutant. Have to take his Wood Mutation, possibly by defeating him. The same song and dance. Last time I started from the junkyard, or not the junkyard, the junction. Let me pull up the map here. Okay, so this is New Super York City. And so I started at, let's see. Started at like here. Yeah, this part. This time I'm going to start at here, which is Monster Grove Arcade. And that's probably where I'll end. That's probably where I'll head back to. For the start and end of this journey. So we'll be taking off from there. And like I said, I have prepared the location of where I'm going to find the Wood Mutants and procure the Wood Mutation. So with that, I'll give a bit of background onto the setting. Pulled from the elven lands into the dark world is a small extraplanar region, the Forest of the Gilgame Tree. A cruel demigod slain by an adventuring party long ago, the last remnants of his soul are embedded in the tree at the center of the forest. It is protected by a maze and monsters that disgusted the very divine hands that gave them life. Any character who can make it to the center of the forest alive can offer their soul to Gilgame and foster an undying pact of arcane power with the ancient tree. Onecom shareholder reports show that the Wood Mutant has successfully gained control of the forests of the Gilgame Tree. So that's where I'm headed. Last time, it was a small moon on an alternate dimension. This time, it's sort of a fairy tale fantasy world. The shadow of like a fantasy elf forest. And that's gonna be. I'm super. I prepared for this I'm super excited. I wanted to do this not last night. Last night I was supposed to stream 2 nights ago. For the past 2 nights, I have been so excited to do this. I like generated all the settings and stuff like that, and oh my god. Yeah, I know what I'm supposed to expect, which will be good time wise and good pace wise. And then also, there's still open for surprises. This is a solo thing. There's no Um, there's no person behind a screen like that's controlling everything. I just basically know what to expect, but there's always a window open for surprises, which is very exciting. I've got stuff for running the adventure or making the adventure up as I go. Um, little tabletop stuff, little dice stuff. Um, and on top of that, I have ideas and inspiration for places where things can go south or go very well, go better than we expected. Um, but I've been doing this kind of thing by myself, with like very little recording equipment, like just writing everything down. I've done these adventures for the past year and a half. Things usually go south. There are sometimes good surprises, but yeah. All right, let's go to fucking Guild Game. Let me write out today's objectives, or the first objectives that we have to do. First thing we want to do is... Oh, whoops. Alright. No, that doesn't work. That's just me. That wasn't like me blaming it on the, Usually I'm not used to this kind of software, this drawing software. I just recently, like, got used to doing it. Because it helps with stream, so I can draw on my iPad and then have the stream be displayed from my laptop. So it's like a draw pile type thing. And I'm not used to it. But I'm adapting. Sometimes it's usually just me. It's usually just user error. Me just being stupid. The more I do this, the faster I'll be able to, like, get stuff done and, like, do more crazy stuff. This is definitely my practice arc. Go to the forest. Go to the forest. Okay. Find the center. So I will mark each box for how close I am. And I will probably be marking 3 boxes at a time. 3 to 4 boxes at a time. Both of the objectives will be like the lowest level of difficulty. So we can get right in there and get to fighting the wood mutant. Honestly, the only reason the second objective is going to be so easy is because I'm getting a little bit of help. I was supposed to do this in person with them. The NPC that I was supposed to meet, a friend of mine, this longtime ally in this story, they are pretty much mostly, I'd say a good 75% trustworthy. 75 going on 80. And that's just because of history. Their name is Dark Synth. And so they are pretty familiarized with the Dark World, and so they've given me some tools. I was supposed to meet with them in person, but since I'm doing this a day late, I'm going to penalize myself and say that they were only in town for one night only. But they have left some extra gear for me to help me out with my current mission. So, even though I don't have NPC help this time, I'm not completely fucked. If I was going completely alone with no help, I definitely would be. Because this is, this is going to be a difficult one. And I only did that because it's going to be still so cool. What's this? What's this? Great. I'm trying to find the comments. Okay, I'll just make it a message. So, go to the forest. The froest forest. Oh, it doesn't. Shit. Oh, no. I need the comments. This is just the live chat. Okay. Oh, thank God. Okay. Go to... You know what? These will all be one word. Forest. No. Every time I hit enter, forest. I hit escape to exit the comment, and that brought the... Oh my God. See, this is when I'm... This is the, I guess this is just me being stupid about it. I'll get used to it. Forest, comma, I guess. Center. Wood. Get the wood. Get that wood. Forest, center, wood. Escape. Get out there alive. Unless I fight, like, all the things that are guarding it, all the monsters that the gods thought were gross to, like, keep existing. Yeah, those things are gonna be hard. I'm not gonna defeat them as soon as I enter. Escape. Did that do it? Shoot. Alright, I'll do it here. They're showing up on my iPad, but they're not showing up on this thing. Let me try something. Oh no. That's so weird. Yeah, it's not working. I wanted to use comments to, like, I guess just sort of document everything, like, in real time. But it's not letting me. Okay, let's see. Good. Oh, wait, let me try something. Oh man, is it this? Am I just that dumb? I am. Oh my god. I just have to refresh and then just go back to full screen. Cool beans. Yeah, I tried to do that for my iPad and that didn't work, apparently. I hope that can... Okay. Force center would escape. So, first thing we need to do, is travel. And so I'm going to make my first roll. Not my first roll for like this mission, but like the first roll that I'm gonna like record. I did for the start of this mission, like using doing like how the start of the story, how the start of the mission goes. You have to do a roll for that, just based on the rules I'm using. And so what I got was like the worst one. I got a miss. I got the lowest roll, which means that I don't get like bonus momentum to use on like any roll that I want. That like cancels it out as long as the number's higher, at least. Okay. Let's get to the first part. Like Mark III progress, if it works. It definitely does work. Yes. Okay. I will mark that progress. Usually every time there's a waypoint, I get to like explore that part, like every time I get to that part of the process. So if I'm not in, I'm like here, let's say. So I go to that area, and I am stopping or slowing down for one quick second. I'm not going to stick around. I will be curious. I will be nosy though and see what kind of stuff is happening here. Let's see NPCs. Let's generate an NPC. Just like a quick, probably non-combatant one. Who's around? Oh yeah, a nervous, uptight corp employee. Yeah, I drive off. I drive off and I'm moving around extra fast because one of the items I got was a piece of like arcane machinery, like something that was made by an artificer, but Dark Sith is not an artificer. They mostly use arcane tech. Arcane. I'm gonna move forward a little bit. Well, let's see what happens in the roll. That still works. But God, that was close. Okay. It's like, what, a weak hit? I'm probably gonna have to sacrifice resources. Strong hits are the best one. Weak hits are like meh. There's like a little complication, and then a miss is just like no. The answer is no. 0%. Let's see what I have to sacrifice. I'll say it's like I'd say I don't get very far. And since I spotted a corpo not too far away, it could be something that's story related or corpo related that happens. It says I suffer 2 moves. Well, one of them ain't gonna be momentum, because my momentum is just like right at the default, right at 0. Or no. Default is plus 2. So actually I can move it. Levels. Alright. This is reset. So. One more. Ooh, okay. That's a, that's a strong hit. Kitty. Baby. I guess it's cat lap time. Time for cat. She's sitting on my dice tray. Hello, child. All that effort for just like another place to sleep. So, what we get next is... Wait, let me do the progress before I forget. All 10 are good. What we also need to do, though, is sacrifice levels. I'm going to say supply and... Supply and spirit, which is the heart. Supply and spirit are depleted during the trip, sort of just midway through. I'm gonna say it's like a toll or something, like you have to pay to get access to a certain area. Let me put that in a comment here. Okay. Quickly moved from Monster Grove Arcade, which is a safe place. Monster Grove Arcade to the open I'll say an open market. That's where I had to pay to get access. What are you crawling all over my face for, little cat? Hmm? You want so much attention. You want attention. Had to pay to access. Market. Place. And I know that to get to the forest, you have to access a magic portal. That is disguised as like a picture frame. Or like a large painting frame. So it's kind of Mario 64 looking. Jump through there, you access the forest. Using, old elf magic. So, let me generate the... Oh, wait. I pulled the classic wrong layer blunder. And here. Okay. Well, that's gone. And then... get this off. Boom. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, man. Definitely good week. I have this this arcane technology equipment that's sent with me, which is a kind of scooter. So it's kind of like a hover bike, hover scooter type thing. When I go through this portal, the first thing I'm gonna do is like check my supplies. I'm gonna roll to see like how much good inventory I've got. And then I will categorize it. Let me see. The portal is in a painting. Okay. So, I am in... Okay, so I am in... I was about to type so I am in... So I'm in the forest. This is what the forest looks like. It's a huge, crazy hedge maze. That black part is the center of the forest. That's where we need to go. And I'm gonna give myself a bit more of wiggle room. I like having the little... It's like Subway Surfers. Honestly, I'm gonna have to move you, child. Goodbye. You're sitting on my mouse pad. That cat had enough playtime right there. I like to have like there's like little stuff going on in the background of the stream that's kind of like Subway Surfers. It's just there to like, I don't know. It for me it just like tickles my brain a little bit, but it's like a visual aid because it's just me talking. And also there's no model. I'm probably not gonna do a model for this the entire time. I am super zoomed in here. Okay. Perfect. But yeah, I like having that on just in the background. So, first few rolls were like not terrible. No misses yet, which is great. I guess I got all the misses out of the way. Um, this maze is huge, and it's made for these creatures that move very fast. They move in packs, and they stalk you and surround you and like kill you. Kind of like, just hunting and packing, like type of mammal things. It's not just mammals. I think I've seen in Jurassic Park, but I'll get to that. Um, yeah, I've seen. I guess I've seen dinosaurs do it, or CG dinosaurs. Where I will be starting is wait. I will be starting here. So, where I emerge from on the other side is sort of like a water fountain. This area is kind of like a, oh, that's like a lot of Subway Surfer background imagery. It's like in between the crevices of some of the mazes. I just noticed that. Okay, well it looks like that. Let me... I can't do anything about it now. But I can make these lines a bit taller. I can do this. Wait. It's not changing because I probably need to restart the connection. There we go. Perfect. Okay, that's good. Works for me. And I'll just make this darker. Or I guess not too dark because that sort of defeats the whole thing. Now my marker is Sonic the Hedgehog Subway Surfers coded. Okay, so this is where I'm starting from. I emerged sort of like from this waterfall. The entire area, the entire forest is like surrounded by like basically raised ground. So this is sort of like a large canyon-like valley. Where the forest ends, it's just like a naturally patterned wall of rock and mountain. So just a deep, straight down valley. It's darker in the lower area where the forest is than up top. It seems like there's like standing from the bottom part in the valley forest area, looking up. There was sort of just like a soft rim of light surrounding it. It doesn't look like the sun. Or I say you, like I'm running this game for someone else. I don't see what I see as a rim of light. It's like not like it wouldn't be anything that the sun would be, or the moon. it's something like more spread out and present, something larger, a larger light source. But even though it's darker in the valley of the forest, there is a lot of like bioluminescent light coming from the trees, and refracting against that bioluminescent light is sort of a floor of fog, very very stage like, um, except it like except it rises a bit more than just like your tilt. It's not like a fog machine. It's not that low to the ground, but it goes up to like an average height person, probably like to the knees or the thigh. It's pretty much up there. It's above the knee, but below the waist. So a thick floor of fog in a valley. It's dark, but there's little pieces of light coming from the trees. A dim light over the sky. Not to mention also that it's probably pretty cloudy. Um, but I'm here with the little um, magic bike, magic hover bike. And I've got as always like my weapons and my utility bot, Girl Riot, who helped me last time in a big way, but also um, they almost got corrupted, which was like a short but like very intense scare. Um, so I've got her with me, and then also I'm gonna see what kind of special items I have, or like how good the items are at least. Let me check the quality first. Um, okay. Okay. So, I've got pretty decent stuff. I'm not like armed to the bone. Um, Best case scenario, I'd have like a secondary weapon with me. I just have my one weapon. Um, I've got, like a small caffeine boost, a small um, bit of like health. Let me see. I had a name for this stuff, but I don't have like all the silly little things. I have like the stuff written down for like really powerful power-ups that I can get like at random. Let me think. Health. Okay. Inventory. Okay, inventory. Health. Drinks. Caffeine drink. That's not how you spell it. Got two of those, let's say. And then one boost. And that kind of stuff will like give me just like, health drink replenishes my health. And then a caffeine drink gives me like a temporary boost, I think, to spirit. Or it gives me advance on any kind of roll, like a +1. I won't have to what's that move called? I read the rule book for like in my free time, like while I'm on the train. When I want to secure an advantage, I don't have to do that if I just take a caffeine drink, a caffeine boost. So, I know all my stuff. I know what I'm packing as for very specific supplies. Nothing too crazy, but Yes, that's the stuff I have with me. Plus plus like a fucking hover bike that my friend let me borrow. Like that is going to be fun. Um, let's see. What I'm gonna need to do next is find the center. So there's like a black section here. This area here. Let me do it bigger. This area here. It's the darkest, but it's the darkest on this map. That's how I like edited it. Um, but this is actually like a very like highlight source. Um, I should have put in white. I'm not gonna do it now. Um, I'm itching to start driving around in this maze and maybe running into some very scary things. Um, and there's probably stuff here that I do not expect. But we will see. We'll see what happens. So, I'm going to start moving in. I will just go straight forward, the direct approach. Oh, is that hard to see? Okay, yeah, I'm going this way. So, this next, like, sector, I'm gonna say is a waypoint. And I'm just gonna drive through. Let's see what happens on the way there. Ooh, shit, I mean, nothing happens. Oh my god, these are good rolls. I'm feeling less stressed to rush things. I think I'm going to, I don't get any momentum from these good rolls, unfortunately. Once this bar goes all the way up at the top here, I get to basically just cancel the die of anything. So I'm gonna save that, you know, kind of like how it's like an ultimate move or an ultimate like item that you have like in any kind of game. I'm just gonna save that towards the end, to kind of just like basically change the outcome of the story in mid-time. That's a big thing, so I'm saving it. Even if I hold it for the entire chapter that this will be, that's totally fine. I won't care. I made the smart move, just saving it at least. Where's my pen? Shit, was that loud? Putting my hand, okay. Just putting my hand on everything on the table. What kind of stuff can happen that is super good as soon as I get to, so I just like rolled in. I rolled up to a marketplace, I drove in, I rammed straight into a painting, and out the other side, I exit from a waterfall in like a really dark magic place. And despite the recklessness of it, despite me going so fast rushing through this, yeah, something good happens. I moved with speed. Let's see. I think I just don't get any abilities from it. Which is great, because I've already lost a couple. I'm already 2 points down on 2 different levels. So, yeah, I can just let that be. And plus, I still got 2 of a ways to go, and then I have to fight. I will probably have to fight the Wood Mutant. It took over this whole forest, this dark, like ethereal looking place. What's also good, I'm gonna say that there's a lot of debris that I can't see on the ground, but smartly, this is a hoverboard that I have, so nothing gets in the way of, nothing like breaks traction. The fog is definitely hiding stuff on the ground. Wood Mutant probably isn't the only person to come to this place. Like I said, there's a magic painting sitting in the middle of a marketplace. Other people have come here. What I'm guessing, even while I was preparing this, was that there are like bones, like skeletons of like people who tried to get through this place, but you know, something got them on the way. But yeah, Wood Mutant is definitely probably not the first. Definitely probably not the first to come here. So, going from that, next waypoint, that'll be the next sector. Oh my god, also good. I'm cruising through. You know, on these good rolls, I'm going to take my luck. Let me mark where I am now. Second sector, nothing. You know, I said that, like, oh, this is in the middle of a marketplace. That means, like, there's gonna be, like, a bunch of people, probably from then, inferring that the painting was a popular portal to go through. This portal could be like a secret entrance or a secret gateway that even the monsters aren't aware of, and that's why there aren't any guarding from this area. So there could be another exit that they're all congregating near. Like I said, they hunt in packs, and they stalk until they know that it's like a threat that's worth hunting, or that they won't, you know, get too hurt from, lose their numbers from. So they're somewhere else, guarding somewhere else, because they're guardians, even though they're still animals. But we're one good roll away from the center, where the boss battle is. Nothing obstructing us. Kind of like last time. But like last time, there was sort of like a not active threat, but like looming omnipresent threat that was just surrounding that area. So I'm going to take my good luck and do a bit of preparedness. I'm not going to rush in. I'm going to prepare myself a little because I still also have a battle to get through. I'm going to use a special ability that I have procured for my assets. And so from previous adventures that I have from this current character sheet, let me see. I have an asset where I talk to birds and they give me insight on what dangers are in the area. If I ask a bird, a crow specifically, a question, it will give me insight on the answer if I get a good roll. So I'm going to use that ability now. So I'm driving through. I'm not seeing anything. I'm feeling good about it, but I'm also feeling cautious. So just in case, I'm going to get a little magical help from like a little magic trick I learned. Speaking with crows. I'm going to gain a bit of crow wisdom from this. Or maybe I will. What am I going to add to these dice? What bonuses do I have? That might actually be a miss. So I don't hear anything. Since I don't hear anything, that was a roll I got a miss on, but it was just barely, and that was on something that doesn't matter. Like if I roll a miss, which is the lowest roll, that means nothing happens for this kind of ritual. So I do this ritual right before I get to the center. I hear nothing. Maybe that means that there's no danger. Maybe that means that the beasts that dwell here just eat everything, including crows, and so there's just like no other kinds of life here. Probably the second one. Probably the second one. But I will make a note how empty it is. The forest. The forest is empty. There are no forces. There are no living things in sight. And so, completing this track. Actually, yeah, let me go ahead and do that. I haven't been marking my progress. It's just to remember, like, if I take a break, I can circle back. I super don't need to for this, because I'm about to, like, move this out of the way. It just helps to do so, because, so I can keep focused. 1, 2, 3. 1. Do the middle section. It's another one. Another one. Hi, child. All taking turns to bother me. When I'm sitting here and I'm talking, that means, oh, it's time to bother Jazz. It's streaming time, which means I can show up and be the center of attention of the stream now. The stream playcast even. That's why they show up even more now when it's a playcast. So they get extra attention even after the fact. It gets into the recording too. Because I'll definitely be making highlights of this stuff. And I'll do it 2 streams at a time. So one more progress. Here we go. Force. There are no things in sight. One last roll. Ooh. Here's what I'm thinking. There's no living things, but last time I avoided a trap, and this time I'm avoiding life forms. Last time there were life forms, and last time there were life forms and traps I avoided. This time there are life forms I avoided, so there might be traps. Ooh, I'm. It's not being paranoid if you're right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and that's a good thing. I want to be wrong. Let me check. So, I will explore this current sector. See if I'm gonna just like do a little investigating. See if there's anything I pick up, so that there aren't any surprises in this like encounter that I'm going to have with the Metal Mutant. And also nothing trips me up on my way out. Yeah, this will just be good to know like what surprises can come up later. Good for preparedness, but also helps build suspense. So double whammy. I constantly have to use my bonus of wit, which is like adding intelligence and expertise, but it's only my second highest. It's good for this though. I got like a good success. Um, so let's see. I am warned. I pick up on something. Oh, also yeah, I get a favorable insight, and I also get a bit of momentum. Please, God, fucking yes. This stuff can like save your life. One, two, okay. So, um, I'm riding through. I'm driving through. And then I slow down, and so I'm just going to. I was going in just a straight line. Um, but I'm gonna move around. I'm gonna make some turns a little bit. Well, not exactly a straight line. I gotta pass through like this stuff. Oh wait, no, wrong layer, wrong layer, wrong layer. I gotta pass through. I gotta pass through this stuff, but in this area, I'm gonna like look around a little. And so I gain a favorable insights on the area. Probably gonna be scanning the area with Girl Riot. Why did I forget their name? Oh my god. Girl Riot is like it's a utility bot, but it's like a little Jarvis. Um, so it's like it is literally a Jarvis. So like it's like basically it's Tony forgetting Jarvis's name while he's in the suit. That's basically what I just did. Oh, that's so rude. um, let's see, what kind of favorable stuff do I pick up? We'll just go right. What do her readings show? Okay. So there are defenses, but they're not. But they're benign. There's basically these Onecom, like defense drones, that are sort of like hidden in the area. And I'm picking up on a couple in this sector alone. So there's probably a bunch, just like in the surrounding area. They're kind of like little Mars rovers, and they like run on the wheels and stuff like that. But they're armed, and so they're hidden, and they're sort of warped. What's interesting is that they're melding with the kind of like Bastion Overwatch. It's like melding in with the environment. It's kind of camouflage, but it's also kind of like you can tell that there's the arcane nature of this environment is mixing in with the circuitry and the hardware and the software of these like little rovers. Interesting what could happen if they activate it. But yeah, that's happening. These little Onecom rover bots are just hiding. They're benign right now, but they're hidden. Good thing I checked. Good thing I checked. Okay. Yeah, it helps to be prepared. All right, so one more trek to the center. Okay, that's another good hit. I've been doing it with with a speed bonus this entire time. I could have been doing it with stealth, so I could get a sneak attack on this wood guy, but I'm just moving in fast. Probably fast and loud. That's just the way I do it, I guess. So, I am here. I am at the center. Alright. Let me put in the rest of the story here. Trying to get away from me. Okay. Oh shit, it closed out. Valley forest with glowing trees. Glowing trees, dark skies, and fog on the ground. Driving through and seeing no signs of life. Small rover bots are hidden in the maze. Okay, that's the story so far. Drove to an open market. Went through a portal and a painting. Checked my inventory. But I'm doing good so far. I've got everything ready for the encounter with the Wood Mutant. Let me clear off this board, and we'll get the map ready for the battle, for the moment I've been dreading, much less the moment I've been waiting for. So, next we have, I'm going to say confront, because I'm going to do what I did last time and try to compel. Oh wow, another stroke bonus. Man, I am so good at stroking. No, not compel. I'm going to confront. Confront first with diplomacy, and then if that doesn't work, you know, I'll have to take him on. You know what? We'll just leave confront wood. We'll just leave that on the screen. Confront wood. Escape. And that will be the end of it. depending on how the fight goes, I'll see what kind of difficulty level the final objective of escape will be. Hold on a sec. Oh man. I just realized I did not. I yapped for a super long time without taking water. That's how I stopped talking. I swear to you, I'm one of the quietest people. Outside of this, like, just look at my Lethal Company streams. Like, I will talk so much less. There are people I hang out with more proficient in yapping than I am, but give me like an art stream or a playcast stream for me to just like be alone with my thoughts. Besides, of course, the NPCs and Girl Riot. And yeah, I can talk until my throat gives out, literally. Alright, enough fucking stalling. Let's do this. This is what we get for the final space, the final level of this chapter. Let me tell you, there's not going to be a final level of BAXTERRATIC entirely for probably a long time. I've gotten a taste for this, and now I want to do it a bunch now. I'm just gonna keep adding shit. More arcs, more stuff to do. There will be more arcs after BAXTERRATIC Red, I promise you. But until then, looks like we got a wood mutant to confront. So, I'm going to say... Well, let me roll first. Let's see. Let me pull the table up to show what kind of encounters I can get. So, it seems that the wood mutant is passive. And what is also here is... So right where I expect... That's not... Well, wood usually isn't red, but I'm just going to put red here. And then... W. So, let me pull up his stuff. He's sitting passively. He's a big hulking guy. Pretty wide. His body looks like a barrel. He's barrel shaped. I have art almost ready. I have sketches. But even as I draw in my crazy anarchist style with BAXTERRATIC stuff and Jazz Baxter stuff, like even the sketches aren't ready. Like they're like 2 pixels in size. But he's benign, and there is also a console. There's a console faced against the base of the Gilding Tree, and so this console is hooked up to the Gilding Tree. There are like little tendrils of wires. I'm sorry, it's like the worst word to say, but saying tendrils is so funny. It's something I picked up with fantasy stuff, Um, but it's such a funny word. Tendrils. Okay, so yeah, that's the console. And there's Woodman. This is sort of a raised platform with like a pool of water in the middle of it. And then the center part is sort of an altar. Super old altar. And in the center of that altar, sort of the altar is just surrounding it to the base, is the Gilgame tree. This is a tree that is planted on top of the altar, and it's on top of the raised platform, insinuating that this altar was built. It didn't grow naturally, it was planted. That is not me planning this out beforehand. That is kind of just me realizing that as I'm thinking about it. Fucking wild. But anyways, I'm pink. Do I want to be pink? I do not want to be pink. Green is a much cooler, awesomer color. I'm gonna be this like middle green. I should put my logo. Hee. Okay. So this is where I'm starting at. I drove in very loudly. Just rushed right in. As soon as I stop the hover bike, it's dead quiet. The Wood Mutant hasn't moved. Completely passive. I did not expect the console though. It seems like this thing is hooked up to the tree that is hooked up to the forest. And I should be writing this down. There's a passive Wood Mutant hooked up to the console, which is hooked up to the tree, which is hooked up to the forest. Obviously, the Gilgame tree sort of like grew in after the fact, but it's interesting how the setup is here. Ooh, I sure did type words here. Oh my god. The Tetri. So that is just me approaching it. I'm going to try to sneakily, maybe, I'm seeing this and I'm going to try to be sneaky. Stealth is one of my weakest things, as is talking, and like communicating. Obviously Obviously, as I'm speaking in person, I'm also not the best talker of things in game. This is literally just my character sheet. These are all my stats and skills. Um, but I'm just as bad at stealth. I'm somewhere in the middle of being quiet and being good at being loud. I think I'll do it. I think I will. Oh, sirens. Sirens. I think I will do a stealth roll. I will try to be stealthy here. It's my lowest stat. It's a small bonus, but you know it's still one. Now, I'm just going to approach slowly. To the altar. Oh, wait. What is that? Need the bigger marker. So, I'm going to say, as I try to stealthily move, it didn't react to noise, but it did react to me moving. So I'm going to say there's some little tracker here, close to the altar, when I stepped on it. You know what? When I stepped into the water, the wood mutant activated. Let me just get this out of the way first. Wood mutant activated as I stepped into the water. I'm gonna say it's going to be very not good. I'm going to compel, and I'm going to use my berserker asset to sort of like do sort of like a my wild child diplomacy to kind of ask nicely if the wood mutant could not be working for a corporation. And these mutants, they're basically created by these like megacorps, or this megacorp Onecom. Onecom created them as like a science experiment. They were raised in a lab. This is sort of the first time they got out. I guess when they go to these places that I'm finding them at. So they're fresh out into the new world, and all they know is living in a corporate lab. And now, one of the first people they encounter, one of the first few they encounter outside of a corpo, is me. Like being like, hey, you should chill probably. But yeah, I will try that. I will add a +1. Due to my berserker asset. Ooh, yeah. Okay. That is a strong hit. So, let me think of pretty good for I'm going to say that this guy leaves, starts moving. Yeah, we see each other. He sees me, I see him. I sort of use a bit of classic furry diplomacy. Um, when you have the berserker asset, that means you're covered in like um, animal garb, covered in like the skins of an animal. And since I am a cyber rat, that means I'm a cybernetic organism that is rat-like. I have rat fur and everything like that. Um, so I am the closest of furry that modern science or modern sci-fi science can get, especially with having like a soul and a consciousness. So I use a bit of like clever furry rat diplomacy. Be like, hey, a fellow abomination of science. You could not be that, and we could actually take on the corporations because they don't do good stuff. And apparently, I'm also going to add plus momentum for this good roll. Fortunately, he is hearing what I have to say. I haven't asked to basically, I haven't asked for him to basically give his powers over to me, like the mutation data. Because when I take the mutation data, I get the powers of the mutant. And I need 7 of those and 2 special items to fill out this entire, like, overarching quest. I have the metal one. I had to fight a little for it, but this guy's listened to what I have to say. I'm going to secure an advantage on my next roll. And then the roll after that, if I get a good hit, I will be able to have advantage on asking and using more furry diplomacy to basically ask for this guy's powers, which he worked hard to get even more of them. Let's see. What's possible is that he could also be in the process of turning against the corporation himself. Like, that's why he's listening. He also had that idea. I am not sure yet for what reasons. So that is one caveat here. Okay, I take +1 momentum for 1 good compel. And then I will be rolling plus wit. Plus wit and plus girl riot to... What I'm going to do is I'm going to scan the console and see if girl riot can get any information out of it. Just wirelessly, just by not hacking it directly using hardware, but just using the my utility bot from afar. See if I can do that, secure an advantage with my utility bot, and plus my own wit. So that's a +6 bonus for this roll. Still Not the best roll, but it is something. Um, so if it was the best roll, I would have been able to get some more momentum and have a bonus to the next roll. Yeah. Okay. I'm sure the music isn't too loud. You like right there is good. Um, that was me preparing ahead of time for like something crazy to happen. Because I'm supposed to be fighting by now, but I'm stalling. So I'm gonna take a +1 bonus since it's like not the best one, and I don't get to choose one type of perk from securing an advantage. I'm gonna take the +1 bonus to compel. And so heck yes. That is a strong hit. Wait, no. Wait, yes. I just missed the highest roll, the best roll I can get, but it is still a good roll. Um, Basically, what he's saying is that when I ask for his powers, it's not a bad answer, but there is going to be a condition that he's going to ask. Um, Let me see. Let me get some inspiration. I have a deck of playing cards on me. Pulling them out now, and I also have a book with a table. Um, and so these mutants are siblings. Each one of them are. So there is 7 siblings. They all have different powers. There are 6 brothers and one. Well, it's 8 siblings. There's 7 brothers and 1 sister. 6 brothers and 1 sister. I'm doing this off the top of my head. Having all the notes and stream up at the same time on the same computer is like constantly tearing me in half. Yep, there's 7 siblings. And so this particular character looks a lot like a Koopaling from the Mario series with a star on his eye. So all the things I said before about the Whip Mutant look like a log, super beefy, just like a wide guy. All of that is true, but he also has passing resemblance to a very specific Mario character. So I'm going to roll on a table with different names of Mario characters on it. And whatever card I get, it will have a connection with the type of agreement that he asks for. Let's see. Nine of clubs. Or nine of clover. Nine of clovers. Oh, a bone Goomba. I did say there were bones littered across the forest. I have an idea. So, there are bones littered in this forest. He is asking something about a bone Goomba. There is a small little pet bone Goomba that he has lying somewhere around here. The robots aren't tracking for signs of life. The rovers were there to look for the bone Goomba. He took this assignment to look for his lost pet because it's lost somewhere in these woods. If I can find it, because the rovers weren't working, they couldn't find it. If I can find it, and I help him, then he will trade. He'll make a trade with me, his mutation data for his lost pet. Oh man. Yeah, I'll do that. Shit. I don't think this means he's completely on my side, but I think this means that, yeah, I can get the mutation without fighting him. Oh man, this is awesome. So I'm going to run out and get this. Let me change the progress track. So we're changing it from confront to find the lost Goomba. All right. Oh, this will be interesting. So, I'm going to hop on my hover car and drive around, looking for a little lost bone Goomba. Let me change the map. Awesome. Okay. So I am starting out from the center. These little sectors are like every color, so it's hard to find one that'll meld with everything. Alright, so that's me. Where am I going to go first? Oh shoot. You know what? How long has it been? How long have I been streaming? Says hour 45. Okay, that's perfect. Um, so it's been what, about an hour 40 minutes. I will give myself a break. We're gonna take 10, 15, and then I will come back, and we will finish out the rest of this journey. Um, Excellent turn. Definitely not a turn for the worse, a turn for the better. But I was so worried. Um, Using mutations that you gain takes momentum, like it drains your momentum. And I was super stressing out about having to fight this guy because he's like, just like from the character sets alone, he's tough. He's tough, even if I was fair about it. Um, so yeah, glad I'm not fighting him. Um, take the wins where you can get them. Um, but yeah, I will be right back. Taking a 10-minute break. Okay. I'm ready to get back to it. So far, we've sped right in. Um, Basically drove almost non-stop from um, our one safe haven, the not maid suit, Monster Girl Barcade. So we drove from Monster Girl to the portal and then sped right through the portal that was disguised as a painting. Other side came out of a waterfall, kept speeding through, no obstacles, and then stopped just to make sure, investigated. There were rovers, and that's the only thing that we found, but they were dormant. And then when we got to the tree, we were able to bargain, find the Wood Mutant's lost pet, a little bone Goomba. It's somewhere lost in this forest, and when we do that, we can get his Wood Mutation, which is the mission we're on. So this mission so far is going without any like combat, which is it's the best case scenario survival wise. But I we're only halfway there. There's plenty of things to go fucking wrong before then. But until then, I'm going to do some quick rolls for going around and finding this lost Goomba. I'm gonna say this is like a not the lowest level, but the second lowest level. It'll be a dangerous level. So I need to fill 5 boxes. Fill 5 boxes in the Find a Lost Goomba track. Or fill all the boxes in 5 pieces. 5 successes means that I finished the objective. So five good rolls. Hopefully nothing too crazy happens in between that. But I'm going to do this. Should I do this fast or should I do this smart? You know what the good music's playing. I'm gonna do this fast. Let's say I'm playing this type of music while I'm cruising around on my borrowed hover bike. Usually when I say borrowed, I really actually mean steal in these kind of adventures, but it's nice that it's actually borrowed. Good to have friends. But yeah, I will do that. We're doing this fast. And it's paying off a little. We got one bit of progress so far. Levels. Nope, that's not the color. I'm gonna say we start finding little tracks that are bone Goomba shapes. The same shape and the same size as their little like ovular paws are. So it's somewhere around here. We just have to follow the tracks. But we are on our way. You know what? I want to switch to that song I like. Okay, so we're making headway. Another moving fast. Okay, it's not the best, but it's good results. I'm going to say is we have to take one. Either I suffer -1 from one of my levels, which is like momentum, health, spirit, or supply. Um, Either I take one debility or I get one not so good encounter. And I'm thinking, to build it up a bit more towards the end, I'm thinking I'm gonna do an encounter. I'm thinking what happens is the creatures that are we see the Spectre Raptors. So the Spectre Raptors are these dinosaur-like creatures that sort of, going to the theme of bioluminescence, they sort of have these glowing spectral anglerfish type antenna. So one antenna that's glowing at the end, and so its entire body is very spectre-like. You can see through to its skeleton, and the brightest glow comes from the tip of their sort of anglerfish antenna. So yeah, that's what they look like. I'm gonna say there's two of them, like in the vicinity. So let me draw this out on the map. So we did one. We're doing. We could say that the Bone Goomba hasn't been eaten yet because it's bones. It's like a skeleton. These guys are probably just meat eaters. I'm gonna say, okay, it's obviously not too far the way we came. That's one. And since it's so good, I'll say we're pretty far out. We're closer to this direction from the center, which is not anywhere near where we came, but in this area we start seeing Spectre Raptors stalking, gauging how much of a threat I am. And I think with this, I'm going to be more cautious. The vehicle I'm on isn't like, it's not super hardy. It has just as much health as my utility bot. And Girl Ride is incorporeal. Like, Girl Ride can only be damaged through sort of like more subtle means than just like bashing the bot like face to face, like just like punching it. It's gotta be something more subtle than that. Something very advanced tech wise also. But this thing can just like, these are the type of monsters that can just like claw and bite at something. And they have the teeth for it. They have like anglerfish heads on raptor dinosaur bodies. They've got the teeth and the claws to like totally tear this thing to shreds. So I have to definitely tread carefully. But I'm going to try to do that. There's no even real type of like, neither is higher than the other. I could secure an advantage, because if I get the next good roll that gets me a bit more progress to finding the lost Goomba, that'll put me more than halfway. I just had to fill in 2 more boxes. and then 2 more after that, and then 2 more after that. So I'll be 3 out of 5 of the way. If I get this one, I'll be a little bit closer. So I should just put in, I should just secure advantage. I'll just do it now. I'm going to use my wild nature. And I'm going to use also iron. To sort of drive aggressively. And so I'm trying to be a bit louder, be a bit more willing to like run into stuff, and do like sharper turns, like move dirt around and things like that, like make more of a mess in this place, to just like show off to these Spectre Raptors stalking me that like I'm not too easy to fight. I'm not too easy to take down. There are only 2, and I'm pretty sure I can take 2 of them. Yeah, I got my weapons and everything. That will be the strat before I survey like how to continue and how to more carefully search for the bone Goomba. Let's see. Find the lost Goomba. So it's a +4 to this roll. It's a weak hit. I am not getting a lot of momentum, which worries me, because if I have to use my kinetic ability, if I have to access the Metal Mutation that I got from last time, I do not have much positive momentum to spend, and I do not want to enter into the negative momentum area. I've never done that before. Even in my previous adventures, I've managed to always maintain positive momentum and not like get down to -0. But I got a weak hit. I'm just going to use that for advantage on the next roll. So I have a bit of advantage. They're a little scared off, but not too much where it like that kind of the positive result can't be undone. But I have advantage on this next roll. I'm going to keep moving, but I'm going to do so cautiously. Let's see. That's me taking over another layer. Which direction do I go in? I can just make this whole map. I'm just gonna make this whole map smaller. Clear it off. Oh, that's not okay. Look at the sides of this thing. And this can be better checked with a hover bike. Walking this would take forever. Ample chance for something to come out and claw at you. So now I can be a bit more broad. I don't have to zoom in as much. So I came from this direction down into here. Yeah, this is very canyon-like. It's like a bit of a stretch through. But this entire place is like forests mixed with hedge mazes. So there's like a mix of trees and tall bushes, all just going over your head. Not too much of an overarching canopy, but the turns are obvious which way to go. Like it's naturally forming, you can tell, but it's also symmetrical, or naturally forming that I can tell. I'm going to go further this way, but carefully. Let's see what happens on the way there. Not great. Not great, but okay. I get another encounter, I'm pretty sure. Is it the same as the one before? Let's see. Yeah, it is the same one. So two more Spectre Raptors show up, and I noticed them. I notice them creeping up a bit more now, and so they are surrounding me. They're getting ready to pounce. But I do get progress. So with these guys stalking around me and surrounding me, you know what, I'm gonna put I'm going to put these, I'm gonna let that be areas where they are. So there's like two here, one behind me, and like one, I'm gonna say one covering the previous exit. So they have surrounded me in this sector. I could do a quick battle against two of them. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna trudge through. Let's see if I can do this with... If I do this with my hover bike, with it, like if I try to like actively like ram through. It's not armed. I think I'd have to secure an advantage again if I wanted to yeah, if I wanted to do like some sort of trick or using it head on, it's probably just gonna cost. It's probably just gonna cost integrity. Yeah, I'm just going to roll with iron to battle. I'm going to use the integrity of the hover car, I'm gonna wait for them to line up and then just speed up and try to ram them. Okay. So that's a weak hit. Let me see if this is a weak hit or a strong hit. Yeah, I'll say it's a weak hit. I'll pay the price instead of doing a usual debility. Well, since I rammed through, I will just use a debility, but it'll be on the integrity. So this hover bike has 4 health. It now has 3 health. Hits on battle using bike. So there aren't any abilities onto me personally, and I can always repair the bike for a synth later. That is not too difficult. I just can't completely destroy it. Bike. One integrity. That's how you spell it right. If I look at words too long, the spelling, even when it's correct, like, looks incorrect. I hate it so much. So, these two, I wait for them to try to block me off, and I wait for them to line up. But these two are gone. Yeah. That's the way. Okay. These two I rammed into. You know what, since it happened twice, I'll take 2 debility. -2 integrity. That means it's at 2. That means it's half already. Since these are dangerous, these are big, heavy things, and they would take a while to kill down. They're pretty sturdy. So 1 for both of these doesn't sound right. -1 for each battle. 1. Oh my god. Why did I even do that? For each battle 1 with a W. That's -2 integrity. Okay. So I rammed through. It's like super battered. probably not even dead. They're just down. They could get back up. I've severely wounded them, I would say. I mean, they're Spectroraptors anyway. Even if they like died. I'd say they like evaporate, and then it's possible that they could respawn soon. They could recover. But yeah, when I run into them, they evaporate, and so I put a good bit of distance after I do battle. But after that, I'm pretty sure the other two are probably chasing after me. Let me try to do a bit more progress. One more tick here I forgot to do. Levels. And so, 2 more Spectroraptors are chasing me. I've taken 2 down quickly. And that was just me being just like super aggressive at one point. Just really like 50 points right there. Swerve it a little. Just that kind of aggressive motorbike driving or hoverbike driving. Just crazy taxiing the shit, and then moving closer through the maze. They're probably chasing me. I'm gonna roll this next progress to see how much. I'm gonna do it with edge. Okay. That is not a hit at all. That's a miss. Let's see. What I'm gonna say is that they're faster than I thought. Not only do I not get the progress, I don't get the progress because they are attacking me. So I'm just gonna say I'm already in combat, and they've just moved faster than me. So 2 is a dangerous level. I'm going to say because of this, I'm going to remove previous. I'll make temporary. I'll make a temporary progress point. Raptors. Times 2. So I am already in combat. I am just not at ahead of the initiative. Because that miss was so bad. So what I'm going to do is try to gain upper ground. Okay. With that roll, I will say that it doesn't work all the way. But I do get one bonus. I'm gonna say that bonus is gonna be +2 momentum. Where's momentum? Okay. Wait. Okay. One. Oh, that's just one. 1, 2. That's 7. Oh my goodness. 7 momentum is good. Let me try to gain the upper hand once again. Try to get initiative. I will say, yeah, that's a strong hit. That's my best roll. I have the upper hand. I'm going to use my weapon to strike at them. And also I get a bonus on my next roll. So, mark progress. I'm able to like maneuver this hover bike around to do an attack, doing the sick tricks, and then after that, I will use another +1. I'm going to use my archer weapon. I have a special crossbow arm cannon called the arrow drive, and so that is a part of my archer assets. So I will secure an advantage to hit. Well, I won't need to because I already have the +1. I'll use my berserker asset. And I will use my my natural animal pelts, my furry, my saber rat furry armor, to sort of like do an unarmed attack from the hoverbike, though. So I'm just using the hoverbike speed on top of the trick that I just did. I'll use the hoverbike speed plus my, berserk capable rat armor to do an attack. Let me put where they are currently. And then I am here where the ghost guy was. And so this sort of stretch is the combat area. I'm trapped in between them, but I'm holding I'm holding my own. I'm able to fight them off pretty well so far. So I get +1 to this. Attack without the weapon, actually. Yeah, no weapon. And this unattacked is going to get me... it's a miss. Yeah, I had it and then I lose it again. Okay. So what happens here? I lose initiative, or I lose the upper hand. I think for this one I'm just gonna not mark progress. Yeah, for this one, I of course don't mark progress. And then... does something surprising happen? Or do I just take a debility? Let's see. I should... it could be possible that they're closing in. They're closing in, they're probably seconds from attacking. If I get a bad miss on the next roll, I could, okay, I think I'll also pay the price. Something bad happens on top of me not making this hit. Oh, where's my other die? Oh my god, 1 week. Week 1, I drop a die on the floor. Week 2, I casually misplaced a die. I never found the first one, by the way. I never found the one that I dropped last Tuesday. This one I guess I can just casually... oh no, there it is. Okay. The cycle does not repeat itself. False alarm. We're good. Okay, now time to pay this price. The price was losing a die for 2 seconds. It was stress. That's a 72 on the table. 72 reads, you waste resources. Yeah, I know what happens. So first things first, I'm gonna take a -1 to supply because I'm going to waste one of my favorite gadgets, which I call blue cheese. It's a synthetic cheese that I like make and cultivate myself. It's kind of like fake cheese, but it doesn't come from any animal at all. And it's like completely synthetic. And it's super sticky. It's kind of an adhesive, and I kind of use it for like Spider-Man type moves. So I basically waste... I'd say I basically waste 1 bit of blue cheese just dodging an attack from that one of the raptors was going to do from the side as I was about to move in and attack the others. Since it's a hover bike, I have my back turned. I have my back turned at either side. They're surrounding me on both sides here. Or wait, I should do it on. Yeah, they're surrounding me on both sides here. In this area. It's hard to move around here. Or well, it's easy to move. It's easier for me to like swerve and hover around. But every time I turn to one Spectroraptor's direction, the other Spectroraptor can get a drop on me. So even when I try to get the upper hand, there's just going to be another sneak attack from either side. So I need to reposition myself. This fight is... yeah, it's super interesting. They're using the environment to their advantage. It is their environment. Okay. So what I will do is I will take decisive action. I'm gonna try to get to the top of the hedge maze. Get to the above parts of the hedges, because they're standing on the same ground that I am. But what I can do is get to the top of get on the above part of the hedge maze, and sort of right around there, just from hopping from platform to platform, raised platform to raised platform. I'll do that, and hopefully that will give me a better edge. What bonuses can I do to this? Okay, so I basically get a small disadvantage. It really just has to be a strong hit. Ooh, actually I had to compare, instead of comparing the challenge dice to the action dice, I have to compare the challenge dice to to the progress I have so far on the Spectroraptors, which is just 2. It's zoomed in, but it is just 2. Yeah, see. So I actually won't roll for that. Change my mind. I'm not rolling that. Very glad I checked the rules first. When I edit this, at least I'll have a good result in the edit, and then in the stream I'll just have a couple pauses when I check the rule books. It's nice that it's a stream, but at least I'll be able to edit this in post, make a more compact version. Let's see. I'm just simply going to clash, or I'm going to secure an advantage. I'm going to do a special aim. I'm going to aim my archer, my arrow my arrow drive. See what the good, see what a good angle will be. That's honestly not too bad. Archer guy gives me a bonus. I don't want to waste supply. What I am going to do is roll plus wit. That's +3. It's a strong hit. I don't get the +2 momentum. But I'd still get a... I still get a bonus for this next attack roll. So it's +3 for this attack roll. Damn, I keep matching the action die, which is the dice that I am for what I want for the number that needs to top the other numbers, and then the 2 challenge die are d10s, so it's a number 1 through 10. The action die is a number 1 through 6, which means it's less of an average. I need bonuses on my action die, which gives me a better chance. But yeah, I have to beat both of them, and it keeps matching the action die with the challenge die, the d6 with one of the d10. And I keep almost getting a hit or a strong hit. And it's so interesting. Like I almost make it, and that's with the bonuses. Okay. It's still a hit, it's just a weak hit. I think that just means I weakly... Pretty much what that probably is that I just barely, just weakly hit the guy. Oh, wait. This is on levels. Mini progress. Okay. Since I rolled a weak hit, I'm also going to get hit with a counter blow. I secured an advantage to aim. And I struck from a distance. These things must be really fast. At least is what I'm probably going to decipher from this roll. For what the price is. 58. 58 on the pay the price table says your equipment or vehicle malfunction. Oh shit. It's gonna be the vehicle. So it's a setback. It's a setback instead of a counterattack. My hover bike malfunctions. It didn't take damage, but there might need to be some repair on it. It's just not serving its function. Either me hitting it twice, re-ramming it twice, one go into 2 dinosaur ghosts, like did something really bad with it to where it malfunctioned, It's like slowing down and like stopping sporadically. It's definitely glitching out in like the the car equivalent of what buffering is. Just the engine going in and out. These things are already super fast, and my hover bike is already slowing down. So yeah, that's a complication happening. Should definitely add that to notes. So it has -2 integrity already. That's 3 integrity, or no, it's 2 integrity. It has half of its health. And I'm thinking I should just dismount, because I can move fast on in a lateral position. Engine of a bike is going in and out. So that's one complication. I'm gonna try to gain ground. What I'm going to do is, whatever dinosaur that's closest to me, I'm going to like forcefully attack and like attack head on. And I'm going to use my berserker asset to add a bit of a bonus at the expense of probably using some stress. All right. Okay. That's a 7 against a 4 and a 3 on the 10. That's a strong hit. I bounce back again. I have the upper hand. So, marking a bit more progress, and then also I get a bonus. I am going to take a bit of stress, though. Let's on next roll sacrifice a bit of stress for it. And then now get the music started again. Now I get a +1 in the next roll. I'm just going to keep on my iron bonuses. Strike. Okay. That is just right there. Just right there at a strong hit. So what happens is I pounce one of them. The other tries to run in from behind while I'm fighting him. I get one hit in. right before the other gets a bite at me, I hit the other one as well. And at the end of both hits, they're not moving. They sort of stop fighting, they're limp on the ground, and they're fading in and out. Yeah, they're both down. So I am going to take some time to try to repair this. I need to repair this bike. Well, I know what level it's going to be. Repair. 3 successes and I do it. First attempt. This is plus wit. And can I add my utility bot as a bonus? Can they help me out here? I can for it to mechanicalize analyze a mechanical issue. Mechanicalize. So I'm just sitting here in this sector, analyzing the bike. It's 1 progress. And then this one's probably just going to be flat. Plus wit. Right? I have any assets that I can... Nope. I'm not a gearhead yet. I have this, but I do have the scavenger asset. That's just good for resupplying though. Which I will try to do next. But this will be just plus wit. It's 4 plus 2, that's my wit bonus. But it's against a 6 and an 8. So it's a 6 against a 6. When they match, it doesn't cancel out. It has to be over. I'm going to say, what happens? I'm going to say something bad interrupts me. Pay the price. Actually, no. I'll confront chaos. I discover something. Or possibly something discovers me. Confront chaos. That's 40 on the confront chaos table. Machines made enemy. Machines made enemy. Okay, we just hit the 3-hour mark. Oh. This is a wild game. This is a wild playthrough. Machines made enemy. Okay. Let's get typing. The Spectre Raptors have been taken out. While repairing the bike. Machines made enemy. Wait a sec. If Woodman has control, if Woodman giving it all away, what if Wood Mutant, if Wood Mutant has control of the forest and the oh shit. Wood Mutant has control of the forest. The Spectre Raptors are guardians of the forest. They must have realized that I'm working for the Wood Mutant, or working with him, temporarily at least. What I'm thinking is that the Wood Mutant controls the tree, but without Gilmgar. It's not it, it's Gilgim. Gilgim, both out Gilgim's like wishes. What I was worried was that he's got like crazy, like undying arcane Gilgim powers. But it's likely that he's in the process of taking over the forest. He hasn't completely taken it over yet. Those were shareholder reports that we got this information from. Maybe they were stretching the truth. He's using that console to take over the Gilgim tree right now, and take over the forest right now from the Gilgim tree. Oh, and I just walked out. He just sent me out to fight these Spectre Raptors and keep them busy. Okay. I have to repair this and then I'm driving back. I'm going to finish looking for the Goomba. I'm going to repair my bike. I'm going to finish looking for the Goomba. And if I don't see him, I will drive back. What I'll do is I'll do a bit more driving and then I'll look around in the last waypoint that I drive in. Yeah. I'm just going to keep driving. Because I've seen footprints, so there is a Goomba. I think finding that will be the key to figuring out what's going on. Because he doesn't have control over the Spectre Raptors. Why did they fight me? If he's in control of them, they would have just let me be. Shit. Okay. Yeah, I might have had a little double cross done to me, but we'll see, we'll see. Okay. Weak hit. I'm gonna say it costs some supplies again, but I do manage to get it running again. I like to procure little pieces of garbage, especially metal garbage. Now that I have the ability to control metal, it's like having a water bottle with you. If you're a waterbender, just like if there's low metal in the area, then I have always something with me. So I have little tools and things. I'm gonna spend a little bit of those supplies to fix this thing up. I'm gonna say that the malfunction that caused it to slow down has stopped, but the health still isn't there. I'm going to access the system to figure out how I can do further repairs. I'm going to use Girl Riot. She has her full health. Nice. Didn't even need the bonuses. Cool. So yeah, I do all the shit. I am driving off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to continue on with speed. I'm just going to go around the outer area. I'm going to go all around. Oh, wait. While repairing the bike, I realized the raptors fought me even though WM had control. I finished repairs to investigate if it was a trick. So, two things can happen. I'm driving around. I'm driving, it's foggy, it's dark, but the trees are lighting the way a little bit. I'm moving through super fast, but it does take a while. It's still silent. I still get scans of rovers lying around. It's possible that I go through this entire path and I see, I basically see nothing, and I just see the tracks walking around of this little bone Goomba, and I'm on the way to find it, and I'm on the way to bring it back, and the Wood Mutant is thankful and gives me the powers, and I can leave. Best case scenario. Worst case scenario, I find something just even halfway while doing a final look around. And basically what I see is more of a trap. It could be possible that these rovers were destroyed. They weren't damaged, but they were hiding. It's possible that these rovers could be used as like a final attack on the forest, or they're meant to cut down the trees and are hidden until like a full like deforestation initiative is supposed to happen. That could be what Machines Have Made an Enemy is. Gilgamesh through his dying spirit in the tree is trying to like fight against these things, but there's not much he can do. He's just like trying to relinquish control, or not trying to relinquish control of the forest to Wood Mutant and whatever he's doing on his console. So he's holding off. Could be what is possibly happening. And I'm just here keeping the Spectre Raptors busy. If I find the Goomba, that's sort of the middle place in between this. Because it's not that I was wasting time, but that there was some sort of middle ground insight between the best case scenario and the worst case scenario that this little bone Goomba will be able to reveal once I find it. So that could also happen. That's like an in-between. But let me roll for this first half of the trip. I'm going to go fast. So, I'm going to suffer a peril. I do get a bit more progress. I am a bit closer to finding the Bone Goomba and seeing what happens from there. In fact, also what I hear is like little noises, like little Goomba noises, but they're ghastly. They like have like a deeper sort of like husked sound to them. So I do get a bit more progress, but there is something I find along the way that I find halfway. And I'm also kind of in the area where I first emerged from, which I should consider in the role. I should consider that in the role. 12. Okay. I'm going to say that one of the rovers drives alongside me. It activates out of nowhere. What I rolled was a 10. And what it says is artificial consciousness evolved into a higher state. So, In hiding these rovers here, what they probably were scouts meant to survey the area and then hide themselves until the big push to sort of deforest the area and siphon off pieces of the Gilgame tree. Just a full takeover of the area. All these scouts and like probably future construction drones were being rolled in. Gilgame Spirit got access to the Gilgame Spirit got access to these rovers since it's just been covered in this material, which is an extension. Oh my god, an extension. I basically, you know what I mean. An extinction. I cannot say the word. Water. Let's see. Extension. It sounds weird when I say it out loud. I am so not. It feels like the first time I'm talking forever sometimes when I do these streams. It is himself extended into the surrounding wilderness and subsequently into these robots. So this little rover on wheels pulls up beside me. I'm going to check if the voice of a near-dead god speaking through a robot. Well, I'm going to see if it talks. I'm going to see if I hear a voice. I'm going to try communicating with it. What bonuses can I add? I'm going to threaten it. I'm just gonna aim my arrow drive at it and be like, "Are you gonna give me trouble?" Because it's a little thing. It's not like too deadly to me. But yes, that is what I will do. I will threaten the little rover's life because I'm on a mission here, and I might have been double-crossed. And I am just like not happy about it. Especially driving through the maze this long. It like irks me a little. I might take probably a bit more stress by the end of this. Is it friendly? Yeah. I'm gonna say it does talk. I'm gonna call this little robot Danny DeVito because I've been thinking about dead gods and things like that, which makes me think about Greek mythology, which makes me think about the movie Hercules, which makes me think about Danny DeVito's character in Hercules. So the voice sounds like Danny DeVito. This reincarnated god, somewhere between little goat man Danny DeVito from Hercules and Satan Danny DeVito from Little Demon. I'll call this robot Little Danny. I have to write down Little Danny. Oh wait, I didn't do the shit. Repairs were made, but there might be a double cross. A little rover I name Little what it kind of reminds me of, and I've loved this character so much since I've seen them in the dub. But the little cat from Ghost Stories, who just like says "fuck you," because there's like a ghost that they defeated that possessed the cat, and so now it's a ghost, but a ghost possessed this cat and is now like swearing up and down and being rude to a bunch of like little 10-year-olds. It's kind of awesome. Yeah, it's like that. I forgot that character's name. You know what? I'll Google it right now. Cat from Ghost Stories. Amano Jaku. That is it. Amano Jaku. Yep. Amano Jaku. Heavenly Evil Spirit. Oh yeah, that tracks. So little Danny says Little Rover I deemed. Little Danny says he's not here to fight, because I threatened him. I'm gonna say, while looking for answers, so whatever I get, I'm gonna do a bit more driving. And so this is the last bit of progress for the second to last main objective. And whatever happens here, I'm going to do it plus wit. I'm going to gain a bit more insight on this drive. I'm going to listen to what little Danny says. And that will determine what I have to do next. But we need to find a connection to Machine's Made Enemy. Okay. I'm going to suffer a peril. I'm going to see what kind of bad thing I learn on this trip. Okay, that's a 28. Dread hallucinations or illusions. I know what happens. So, let me mark my progress. Done. Done. I see the little Goomba tracks. I follow them. I see the Goomba. He's sitting right there in front of me. It looks like a crying little baby. A cute little guy that's looking for help. Um, but as I get closer, little Danny tells me that it is a trap. So I see the little guy. I almost get close. But I stop before I get too close to the little Goomba, and up close right before you drive right into it, you can tell that it's a hologram. Let me. So, yeah, I've been duped. It was a hologram. I'm going to compare progress. If I get a good roll on this, then my quest ends early, and if I get a bad roll, then I got a lot more left to do. Okay. Let's see what we get. Ooh, okay. It's a 7 and a 1, and that is against a 7. That's a weak hit. So that console, it's very likely that it had the wood mutation on it. If little Danny has access to the console, and if that's where everything is controlled from, including the robots, as well as gaining control of the entire forest, then I can just like get the wood mutation from Danny, and in return I can help him later get the forest back. Yeah, I could promise to come back. Let me see if that's what happens. Okay. I will tell this guy. So this is basically what little Danny offers me. He says, "Help me bring more reinforcements to help me take on the Gilgame tree from Onecom. Help me get all these robots and this wood mutant out of here. And that's if you promise to do that, I will give you the wood mutation right now, the wood mutation data, which is something I will accept. So, due to that, I will swear that vow, and I will come back to help him later. Oh man. And this time I will definitely bring more help. I didn't have any help with me now. But the next time something else will keep me from something else will keep me from running into the Spectre Raptors. I can definitely come back. But I have the wood mutation. This is definitely good. Once I find the once I bring everything back, I'm gonna have to explain all the weird shit. I very much think that Synth would be interested in this. Synth would be interested in going with me. They get their magic from another patron in the Dark Worlds. So having a connection with two patrons in the Dark Worlds, one that they are a follower of, one that they sign a pact with, another that they're just friendly with, that's like a lot more bargaining power with their patron. And so this magic patron for Synth lets them make all kinds of like magic upgrades to their already like pretty decent giant robot tech, like mech tech that they have. And it also helps them. It's an undying pact, a pact of undying magic in undead. It allows them to, well, they're not alive, but it allows them to live longer, due to the aftermath of a disease. So they will want to come back here and investigate, and they'll get a good fight out of this, I think. But yeah, successful mission pretty much. No fighting, but also no friends made here either. I think for today that is where I'm going to end it. Successful mission, but there's another little piece of what happens if I forsake the vow right after I do it? I could just like leave, and because he is an evil god. I don't know if I want my like chaotic neutral friend to be hanging out with an evil dead god. I could forsake the vow. What happens if I do that? A connection loses. What could happen is I endure stress. I test relationship, which would probably be with Synth. I discard an asset. Someone else pays the price. Someone else takes advantage. Okay, an enemy gains power. Your reputation suffers. Okay. Okay. Um, yeah, I don't want any of those things to happen. Um, so I will do it even though it's like an evil god versus a versus a mega corporation. That's the kind of feud I walked in on. Um, I could just not take sides. Um, but that is what me like 5 years ago would have done. Um, just be like completely neutral about it. Like just let them destroy each other. I think I could make an ally could come from this. Um, just because Gilgame is probably evil or has like lore lore written about Gilgame that shows that he is evil, and like a cruel deity. It's from personal experience, deities can change. Um, one deity doesn't have to be like represent one thing forever, um, which is interesting to see. It could happen, and I like the possibility of that, so I am going to try it to avoid bad things, but also just out of sheer curiosity. Like this is something, yeah. But other than that, it's almost 3 hours 40 minutes into the stream, or 3 hours 35 because I started. This started like 5 minutes after. Um, it's stretching there, so I'm gonna end it now. Um, interesting. Once again, successful, but I experienced a lot once again. Always an interesting story. But yeah, I will come back. Um, I will come back in the third episode, I think. Episode 3 of this streamcast, I will be taking on um, I will be taking on the Wood Mutant and sort of ridding him from this forest of the Tree of Gilgame. Um, other than that, um, this has been super fun. I'll probably stream on Saturday. Um, Saturday is when I'll do the next episode. This has been freaking awesome. Uh, yeah. Um, I will see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching. And yeah, until next time. Bye bye.